This is the longest journey in search of the American dream. A journey of more than 3,000 miles. A journey with the beast.
Through a friend of mine, I was able to meet a young girl, only 16, who left her hometown, San Miguel del Salvador, on April of 2016 on the Beast. This girl would rather stay anonymous for this podcast. I call her Julia. My name is Gabriel Escalera, and welcome to my podcast, La Bestia. Every story of these young people from Guatemala, El Salvador, Mexico, Honduras, Nicaragua, it is hard to tell. Sometimes I feel very lucky to being able to meet with these people. And this time I met with Julia. Even though she was a bit shy at the beginning, she was able to tell me everything about her trip on the Beast. She can help to get sad still, but she wanted to share with me. Julia never met her father. Her father abandoned her mom when she was only 2 years old. She only knows his last name. At the age of 8, Julia stopped going to school. Her mom could not buy any shoes or clothes for that matter. She also had 2 more siblings, an older sister and a younger sister. Her older sister left for Houston, Texas, May of 2014. It took her 4 months to get to Houston, but she made it. When Julia turned 12, she wanted to go with her sister. She knew it was almost impossible, but that was the only thing she had in mind. She helped her mom in the house, while her mom went to the market and sell flowers to make some living. Also, grandparents helped Julia somehow and sometimes. When Julia turned 14, she told her mom about her plans leaving for the United States. Her mom's reaction was not good. She was very upset. She didn't want her to leave, even though Julia planned her escape. She escaped with 6 more people and a cousin. They rode a bus in a car through Guatemala, and they changed buses, and everybody in that group split. She haven't heard from her cousin. She hopes it's still good. She hopes that it's in Mexico somewhere. But nobody knows anything about her cousin. On the trip on Mexico, when she jumped on the Beast, she was very scared. She couldn't even reach the ladder to get on the carts of the train. Some people helped her. Once on top of the train, she didn't even want to get off, not even to go to the bathroom or eat something. She remembers it was 3 or 4 days on the Beast. She remembers getting on and off of the train sometimes to go through checkpoints. She remembers the bad time she had through Mexico, but she also remembers the people who fed her sometimes. Very sunny days seem long. She didn't think she was going to make it sometimes. For a couple of days she was very weak. She couldn't even eat anything. She had an upset stomach too. In the meantime, someone here in Omaha knew her family, and that person knew Ana. Ana is from El Salvador. She's been here for a long time and she has legal status. When that person that knew Julia talked to Ana about Julia coming up here and asked her for help.
In El Salvador, and very little her family, but a friend here in Omaha asked me to help her, and that is why I decided to do something for her. We live in a small house, but it does not matter for me or my husband.
She said if Julia made it to the border, she could be able to stay in the United States, safe. Ana did not know she had to go through a process to get her legal adoption and become her guardian, but she was already considering it.
We are very happy to be able to do this for her, knowing about the danger there is in El Salvador, and especially the economic situation is very difficult. We want to give her the opportunity to study and have a better future in this country, the country of opportunities. She went through very difficult things on her trip on the train. She was very afraid and risked her life. She's so lucky.
On June 2nd, Ana received the call. It was a place in Texas called the Freezer, a detention center where they keep minors while they get processed. They call it the Freezer because they run the temperature very low. Julia was hungry, and she didn't know what to do. She didn't know it was day or night, but she spent 4 months in that detention center until Ana was able to come down to Texas, sign the release form, and bring her back to Omaha. On my interview with Julia, I learned all the details about her trip, which is a very long story and very sad story. I can imagine someone of her age going by herself, riding on the beast, risking her life every moment just to make it to the United States. The day when I met Julia, she was coming back from school. And even though our conversation was a bit sad, she smiled at the end. She starts to feel happy some days. She started to forget about the trip on the beast. For MapRadio.fm, I am Gabriel Escalera.
Thank you for listening today. This program is dedicated to the Americans in search of the American dream.